Hello everybody, it is your friendly neighborhood farmer Raznak, and we are back on another episode of Beaver Creek. It is early summer. If you watched the last episode, which was 6, I don't know. I'm going to be in trouble when I get past 10 because I won't be able to use my fingers. You saw that we got an expansion done. We got a bunch of that stuff done, and I did a little bit of stuff after that video. I put in some deco objects, so I added the trees, and these are the trees from the Modding Welt Hoff pack. I can show them to you just real quick. I was looking for some trees that worked with seasons, so I went with this Modding Welt Hoff pack because these trees actually do work with seasons, and they'll change color, which I thought was really nice. I'm not sure about the bushes. We'll find out, because I added some shrubbery here and there. Got a few pieces of equipment there. We'll talk about those in a minute. Sheeps are doing well. The sheeps, or sheep. What's plural? Sheep. Sheep is plural for sheep, right? So you can see I added a little bit of, details here with the trees. Added some trees. I put in, I think we had these in, but I kind of, again, decorated it up, added some different tree shapes, some hedges, and then in the pasture I put some paths to the water and to the feed area, and then paths back here to where there's some shade underneath these trees. And then just kind of cleaned up. Of course, finished plowing in the field. That's our field that is going to be taken care of in this episode. Yeah, that's the farm so far. And then I moved all of the logging equipment here, which we'll leave it here for a while. But this is what we're going to work on today. Again, I love when that happens. Watch. Waterfall starts and stops. But we're going to work on getting this field planted today. Actually, we got to put down lime. I put down fertilizer already, so you can see it's a big field. But we need to put down some lime, and then also get it planted. That's the plan today. That is the plan. And to do that, turn this stuff off here. Flight off. Turn that off. Okay. To do that, we've got a couple new pieces of equipment. This is the Bruins fertilizer spreader. We're actually going to use that for lime. You can get this off of the in-game mod hub under fertilizer. And then we're going to use this to plant grass. This is actually the in-game weeder. It's under weeders. Weeder. That's a funny word. Right here, the Eenbach pneumatic star. But it carries 300 liters of seed, and it will plant grass, oilseed radish, or canola. And we're going to plant grass with this. This is going to be our planter. Why? Because we're just working with grass. We don't need like a real planter. And this will work great. This will work great for putting that in. So we're just going to jump in the cloths and get to work. That's what we're going to do. And at the end of the episode, we may buy sheep. Actually, I don't think I can buy sheep yet, because I don't think the grass is ready in this pasture. It's not quite ready yet, but that's no biggie. We'll probably we'll go ahead and buy some sheep, and then we'll buy hay. We won't buy hay. I have some hay over here in storage, and this should be ready in a few days to mow our first cut, which we're going to have to buy mowers and all that stuff. But we'll buy them when the time comes. First things first, I'm going to grab our lime. We're going to put lime in it, and then I'm not going to the shop to pick this stuff up, so we'll go into pallets, and we should have a lime pallet here. So it's 2,100 for 460, or how much is just a regular pallet? It's 2,000 for 450. I guess we'll buy the one that's just a little bit bigger. I thought the pallets were more. I guess I'm wrong. There's probably a mod pack that'll do that. This, I'm not sure how much this holds. We're going to cheat this one in. I could get the fork, pick it up, and put it in. Not going to happen. And then I thought I could... I think I need to update my, my version of unit convert, because I think in the new version you can actually change down there in the bottom where it says tons, you can change it to pounds. I'm thinking. But I'd say we're going to need a full thing of fert, so that held 26%, so let's grab, just grab 2 more pallets. Not fert, but lime. Get this loaded up here. While we're doing that, just a quick update. Today's Wednesday before Thanksgiving, so there probably won't be any more videos this week. I got some plans with the family for the rest of the week, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get anything published unless I stay up real late one night, which doesn't mean it won't happen, because I have a tendency not to sleep. It's the joys of working nights. Forget to sleep sometimes. Let's fill that one up. So happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have a wonderful week. I know a bunch of people are going to be off, going to have nice long weekends, so I hope you enjoy those. As for me, I will be eating quite a bit. I'll be eating Thursday, and then I'll also be eating again Saturday. You know, the joys of, you know, you have to eat one day with the in-laws, and then my mom's great because she has Thanksgiving on days that aren't even Thanksgiving. We have a big family, so she plans it when everybody can be there, which works out great. We'll start liming over here. Set our width here. I like this little broom spreader. I think it's really cool looking. And I think it's the right size. I don't think it's too big for this tractor. But it's also not too small. To be realistic, let's get it at 180. Let's put A point. Can't remember what the spread is on this. Get out of the way, birds! Yep, that's about right. Fertilizer would be bigger. In fact, we can actually look in the garage. It's 20, so it's 12 meters with lime, but 24 meters with fertilizer, which makes sense because lime's heavier. It's more of a, I guess, a powdery substance instead of where fertilizer is a pellet. Overdid it a little. All right. I haven't worked on the forest since our last episode. So I need to... I'll be just doing the forest as time permits, really. But we're kind of running out of time to get all this stuff planted and start doing the grass work. And the money's looking pretty good, so I actually may buy the other area, the big arable area. Not sure yet. Okay. Oh, that's why. If you look, I forgot, you can turn on the spreader, which will do you no good because the gate's closed. So you have to open the gate on the back. It's just X to unfold, but I was like, oh man, is this thing not working? Thanks, Giants Testing. Okay. Again, we have trying to think why this isn't working. There it goes. I have no idea what was not going on there for a moment. I had to unfold it a couple times for it to work. Just a little glitch, but again, I was pretty sure that was tested by Giants. I have variable spray usage turned on, and I'm going to actually up that a little because it's not using it fast enough. I don't want to overuse it. That's the whole point of variable spray usage, because I don't want to fill this thing up like 10 times. And I know there's people like, yeah, but that's realistic. And again, if you've watched any part of this series, this is not realistic farming. This is fun farming. That's what I call it. Fun farming. But yeah, back to the holiday. It's Thanksgiving. And then very shortly, Christmas will be here. So it's going to be a real busy time. I'm going to try to keep the content up, but I can't make any promises. I would love to make promises, but I learned a long time ago not to make promises. Because you can't always keep them. Then people get disappointed in you. So it's better just not to make the promise. And then, so other really, really, really great news. If you've been anticipating the map called Nebraska Lands, it finally released. You actually can get that over at Nexus Mods, and I would recommend doing that. And if you're hiding underneath a rock somewhere and don't know anything about Nebraska Lands, then go to Farmer Klein's YouTube channel and go check out his map review of Nebraska Lands, and you can get an idea of what it is. It's a 4X map based on the area of Waco, Nebraska, and it's going to be a great map, and it's going to be a setting for one of my next series called American Farmer that I've started to work on. I don't think I'll have any videos ready until after Thanksgiving, just because I got to do quite a bit of setup work and things of that nature to get the series ready. So that's what will be going on with that. Let's go down here. Got to get all of our little parts, all the little parts done. But I'm really, really looking forward to that map, and I've got some really fun ideas for it. Well, fun for me, and hopefully you like them as well. You hear screaming in the background. That is my 10-year-old. He's a little excited at the moment, jumping on his trampoline in the living room. I snuck away. I was like, hey, can I asked the boss if I could go record an episode and close the bedroom door. She's like, yeah. I was like, okay, thank you. So I've just been running out of time to get stuff done this time of year. It's rough on everybody. Just so much to do, but I love Christmas. I love it. It's one of my favorite times of year. I love Christmas, love Thanksgiving, love Halloween. I'm an end of the year kind of guy. Not big on New Year's. Not a big drinker or partier, so used to be, not so much anymore. Love the little Kloss. It's a great tractor. I love the Platinum Edition, and I plan on using more and more of it in this play. I want to use as much of it as I can and try to get my $20 worth out of that pack. So back to Farm Sim. Lot of mods out there. There's been a couple pretty decent sized mod drops on the in-game mod hub. And then, of course, there's always stuff coming out released on Facebook. And if you don't have a Facebook account, I'm not telling you to get one, but it's really nice to have one just for Farming Simulator mods. Pretty wild. And I may do a video on Facebook. I may do a Farm Sim video and just show all of the sites to get pretty good mods. But more importantly, a lot of those sites have some really, really nice people, and that you know, if you want to share ideas, or if you just want to share pictures and stories and game content, or if you're a modder yourself and you have questions, or if you're trying to learn, it's such a great resource. So definitely worth checking out. Check out Facebook for all the stuff for farming simulator mods. Others, some pretty good websites too, like Yes Mods. It's a really good website. Nexus Mods, I know some people say they don't like Nexus Mods because you have to go through a bunch of hoops to get logged in, but it's really not that bad to get connected there. We're going to up our usage some more because it's still not really using it as fast as I thought it would. So let's up that because we're using 400 liters per hectic acre. Let's up that to 500 now. Really doesn't change anything other than your consumption rate. Let's up it one more time. There, using 600 now. Again, I'd like to go through a whole deal without having to refill it, but I don't want any left over either. So, I mean, I don't mind cheating a little, but you don't want to cheat too much. Definitely want to cheat too much. But what I'll do is I'll speed up time. We'll get this knocked out, and I'll catch up with you guys when we get to seeding. All right, talk to you in just a minute. Alright everybody, hope you enjoyed the music. I love putting music in videos. It's my absolute favorite thing to do. I use free everything. I use DaVinci Resolve, which is free. I use OBS, which is free. I use pretty much everything I can think of that's free to make these videos because this is a hobby of mine and I really don't want to spend a lot of money on it. I do spend money on the music though. I actually do. I use Epidemic Sound. And they have tons and tons of great sounds and sound effects, songs, you name it, they've got it. Alright, let's fill this up. So it holds 8.6 bushels. And I'm curious to see, so we have grass selected. Does this have a cover that'll open and close? It does. That's cool. This is the first time I've used this. I mean, FS19's been out for a year, and this is the very first time I've used this implement. Should work great though. About to find out. I hope it plants. I think it will. Hope it plants. We probably should be planting on cultivated ground. We're just gonna plant right in the plowed ground. I don't think the game really cares too much. Let's get this unfolded. Pneumatic star. This is a pretty big implement. I mean, it's a 9-meter planter. It's pretty big. Real low horsepower requirement. So if you're planting grass or you're planting canola, this is perfect. So this works great. Alright, so we have grass planted. Let's jump in here and put lines on for now. Hit auto width. I'll turn the lines off here in a minute once we get our course set. I used another one of these. I think it was the Sapphire. think is what it was called. In another one of my plays, we were planting grass or canola. If I have used this, I do not remember. Turn it on. Yep, it's working. Working great. I'm just curious how... I'd be real interested to find out how long 8 something bushels of grass, I mean, how far does it get us into the planting? That'll be the question, won't it? We're gonna waste a little bit of seed going around, just a little, not too much, but jump in cab. I don't think I've done a whole lot of in cab. I don't do a lot of in cab play. I think if I had a steering wheel, I would. I just don't do a lot with the keyboard because it seems like it's really hard to steer with the keyboard in cab. At least it is for me. Other people who may be more talented or better at it would be fine, but I have trouble steering in cab with without a steering wheel. I'd like to get one. I hope to get one. There's a lot of stuff I want to get. I want to get a better microphone. I'm just using a really cheap Logitech headset. I would like to have an actual real microphone has some sound dampening and things of that nature. Also would like a camera to put up, and when I'm doing episodes like this, you'll be able to see my pretty face. Maybe. Might do something fun there. I don't know. I'm not going to wear costumes or anything, except on Halloween I would definitely wear costumes on Halloween. This is working pretty good. Although we're going to have to refill this planter quite a few times. I have a feeling. Definitely going to have to refill this thing because we've almost used half of our tank. We've used 40% and we're not even around the field yet. So definitely will use up the grass. What would really suck is if we did on the other field where we had planted wheat. Because I did that, if you remember. Really liking the way the farm is turned out. I love this map. I think it's just a beautiful map. And it's really fun because you have to kind of make everything your way, which a lot of us do anyways. A lot of us, you know, we want maps. We want these maps. We want these map makers to make these maps. And I've seen it in some comments, and actually just recently with the release of Nebraska Lands, like people, they're like, oh, I can't wait for the map. I can't wait for the map. And then when the map comes out, they're like, oh, well, I want to do this to it. Well, just play the map as the author intended. You know, sometimes that's fun too, just to kind of play the map the way the author designed it, instead of deleting all the buildings and putting your own buildings. I mean, there's fun there. I'm not saying it's wrong to do that. I'm just saying, you know, don't rush these map makers to make these maps and then turn around and want to change everything. I'm kind of like, well, that's silly. I mean, you've been wanting the map the whole time, but now you want to change everything? Just get a blank map. They have quite a few actually for 19 that you can they're blank. Make them your own way. So don't rush the map. The long story short, quit rushing map makers or mod makers. Let them make their stuff. We have so much stuff to play with. Just play with it. I'm going to be playing with a lot of bigger equipment here very soon when I get the American Farmer series up and going, which I'm really excited to do. And that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a real-time series. I'm going to role play that in real time. So when I start the series, it's going to be late November in Nebraska when I start the series. So it may be a little slow going at first, but I really want to try that and see where it goes. And we'll just do weekly episodes, and I'm going to try to make a farm show similar to some of the farming YouTubers that are out there using Farm Sim. That's my goal. And then I also want to share content from other players. So there'll be little sections where, it'd almost be like letters to the editor, but where you, as the viewer, send me pictures and video clips, and I will put them into the video. And usually at the end of the video or the beginning, we'll go over the viewer submissions, which I think will be really fun for me and hopefully fun for everybody to be able to see their stuff on YouTube. I mean, I know I'm not a huge YouTuber. In fact, I'm pretty tiny. You know how there's towns on the map without dots? That's me as a YouTuber. I'm not even a dot on the map. But I'm hoping to be a dot on the map someday. And I think by including the viewers in part of the projects, that may help. Not to mention it's fun, and that's really why I do this, just to have fun and make the game more enjoyable. Because for me, making these videos actually and telling stories, and it makes the game more enjoyable for me. So that's why I do it. Enough of my rants and raves. I tell you what, let's crank up the clock. Let's get this seeded in grass, and then we will catch up for just a couple minutes at the end. Just a tiny little bit of talky talk at the end, and we'll call the episode wraps. All right, I'll get this thing planted, and I'll talk to you in just a minute. All right, the planting is finished. We have all the grass in the ground. It looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. Maybe. Yep, there we go. Nice big grass field, which we're going to need it. Okay, so I went ahead and I bought 100 sheep, and they're not moving. But then they'll start moving again, and then they'll stop. It's almost like real stuttery, and I don't know if it's because this pen is so large. I'm not quite sure, but I'll tell you what we'll do. So I bought 100 of the merinos, and I'm going to buy some of these Suffolks. Suffolks is what we're going to buy. Requires a lot of feed as an adult. Yeah, we're going to buy a few of these. I want to see how many we can breed. So let's go with, I don't know, we'll go with $20,000 worth. That's what we're going to go with. Yeah, that should be like right at 20 maybe. There we go. So hit Alt S. Now they're there. Actually 144. We have 144 sheep in that pen. That holds 350. But I'm okay with that. Works fine for me. The only problem is, it's like I said, the sheep aren't moving. I don't know if it's just this end. See, there they go. Now they're moving. I think it's just when I'm down at that end of the pen. Well, no. See, these guys are frozen here. It's just really weird. It might be a view distance thing. If anybody knows how to fix that, let me know. Or if I even can fix it. I don't know if it's something I can fix or not. Definitely have to worth checking out. Alright. Put some water in there. I'm excited! We got sheepies everywhere! And it's the middle of the summer, so I think they stopped making wool right now, anyways. Maybe the worst time to buy them. But hey, oh well, what do you do? But yeah, so we have sheep. We have the grass planted. Everything's going great here on Beaver Creek. And as I said in the first part of the episode, kill the engine here so it's not so loud. I hope you all, here we are coasting. See how far we can make it. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I really do. I appreciate you watching. I've actually been making YouTube videos. My first video was released November 26th of last year. Was the very first YouTube video I made. When FS19 had just released, it was a time-lapse video, I think on Ravenport was the very first video I did. And since then, I've had a lot of fun. I've met some really great people. Up to 568 subscribers, I think, at the time of this recording. Made a bunch of videos, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. I've learned a lot about this whole process and what it takes. And I have a great appreciation for all the content creators out there, the amount of work it takes to get these videos made. And there's people who make videos every single day, and it's a lot of work, and kudos to them. Keep up the good work. I like watching everybody's content. See, the sheep are moving here. Might just be that end. Squirrel. But as always, everybody, stay safe. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving, and we will see you next time. All right. Bye, guys.